Hello students, today we are going to start with our cardiac cycle. Okay, yesterday we started our cardiovascular system. In that we seen the structure of the heart, different parts of the heart, then artery and veins, its different parts, they are divided into different parts. We seen yesterday itself. Okay, also we seen the what are the different types of circulatory system. Okay, in that we seen the four main types of circulatory system. First is the systematic circulatory system, second is the coronary circulatory system, third is the portal circulatory system, and fourth is the pulmonary circulatory system. Okay, so we done with all this. Okay, from today we are going to, today is the 1st of December, and on this day we are going to start with our cardiac cycle. Okay, which is very important from the exam point of view. Okay, for first year diploma pharmacy. Okay, so with cardiac cycle, so what is mean by the cardiac cycle? Okay, so before that first we will see the what is the main function of our heart. Okay, in that our heart provides blood to all the body parts of our body, right? And this function is achieved by the heart through this cardiac cycle. Okay, the heart our pumps the blood to the heart different body parts, then heart also receives blood from the different body parts. Okay, this all phases occur through two stages. Okay, the cardiac cycle occurs through two stages. One is the systole and another is the diastole. Systole means contraction of the heart or period of contraction. Okay, we also call it as the period of contraction. And another is the diastole. Diastole is also called as the period of relaxation. Okay, period of relaxation. Then next, first, what is cardiac cycle? So cardiac cycle is the sequence of events which occur in the heart during a single beat. Okay, so this single, what is the rate of our heart? Rate of heart is the 72 beats per minute. What does it mean? Per second or per 0.8 second, one beat is happening, right? One beat is nothing but the both these systole and the diastole phase happens during one beat. Okay, एक बीट में सिस्टोल और डायस्टोल के जो दो पेजेस है वो एक ही बीट में जब पूरे हो जाते हैं तब हम उसे वन बीट कहते हैं. ओके, एंड वन बीट इज द completion of the one cardiac cycle. Okay, so within 1 minute around 72 beats are happening, right? It means that around 72 cardiac cycles are completed. Okay, in 1 minute. Okay, and one beat or one cardiac cycle is completed within only 0.8 second. Just imagine that, only 0.8 second. Okay, so we will see now the different phases of the cardiac cycle. Okay, so these are two phases. We will see that the first is the systole and another is the diastole or phase of relaxation and phase of contraction. Okay, so how it happens और कैसे ऐसे जो cardiac cycle है पूरी होती है वो अब हम डायग्राम की तरफ देखते हैं. Okay, through diagram we will study it. Okay, so these are the two phases, systole and diastole. अब systole में क्या होता है? systole में क्या होता है कि डायस्टोल में क्या होता है, जो भी हमारे एट्रियम है, राइट एट्रियम एंड लेफ्ट एट्रियम. ओके, दिस इज द राइट एट्रियम एंड दिस इज द लेफ्ट एट्रियम, राइट. सो जो राइट एट्रियम है सिस्टोल में क्या होता है, डायस्टोल में क्या होता है, जो भी हमारे एट्रियम है वो रिलैक्स होते हैं. ओके, उस टाइम पे जो हमारे पेरिकार्डियल मसल्स है वो पूरे रिलैक्स होते हैं. ओके, सो दीज आर द पेरिकार्डियल मसल्स विच आर रिलैक्स ड्यूरिंग द डायस्टोल फेज. ओके, सो उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, जो हमारा राइट एट्रियम है वो सुपेरियर वेना cava and this is the inferior vena cava, right? These two vena cava fill the blood into our right atrium. At the same time, in our left atrium, the pulmonary arteries, okay, the four pulmonary arteries fill our left atrium with the blood. Okay, so we call this phase as the diastole. So during the diastoles, the pressure in the atriums, okay, right and left atrium, the pressure in the atrium increases. Why? Because these two atriums get filled with the blood through superior and inferior vena cava in case of the right atrium and the four pulmonary veins in case of the left atrium. Okay, so what happens in the systole? During the systole, once the both of these atrium gets filled with the blood, that the right atrium with deoxygenated blood and the left atrium with the oxygenated blood, right? Okay, so at that time there is the sinoatrial node. Once these two atriums get filled, this sinoatrial node generates the electric impulse. Okay, so this impulse is then transferred to the our atrioventricular node, and this atrioventricular node transfers these impulses again to this bundle of His, okay, or we call it as the bundle branch. Then this bundle of His is again divided into two parts, okay, right and left, and these bundles divided branch is called as the Purkinje fibers, okay. What we seen that here the conduction system of our heart, okay. So once these atriums get filled, then the sinoatrial nodes gives the impulse to atrioventricular node that these atriums are filled. Now you should atrioventricular node passes this impulse to the ventricles. At that time, once the atriums fill, the atrium gets contract, okay, they goes under the contraction, or we call it as the systole. Once they goes under the contraction, the bicuspid wall and the tricuspid wall, okay. So bicuspid wall in case of the right atrium and tricuspid wall in case of the right atrium and the right ventricle, okay, and bicuspid wall in case of the left atrium and the left ventricle gets open, okay. So this wall gets open and the blood flows into the both of these ventricles, that is right ventricle and the left ventricle during the systole, okay. So we call this as the ventricular systole, okay, atricular systole, okay. What is atricular systole? Atricular systole is nothing but when the blood is poured into the ventricles from both of these atriums, we call it as the atricular systole, okay. Once this process completes, then the pressure in the ventricles, both the right ventricle and the left ventricle, increases. As the pressure increases, these ventricles undergo the systole or contraction, we call it as the ventricular systole, okay. So what happens at that time? These bicuspid walls and tricuspid walls get closed, okay, and the other walls, which walls? Pulmonary wall and aortic wall opens, okay. Pulmonary wall in case of the pulmonary artery, which transfers deoxygenated blood to our lungs, okay, and the aortic wall, where in case of the aorta, which transfers oxygenated blood to our body parts, different body parts, gets open, and during the ventricular systole, this blood, oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood, is poured out of the heart, okay, and here the ventricular and atricular systole completes. So these cycles, again after this systole, the diastole comes, okay. So this cycle is called as the cardiac cycle, okay. It is called as the cardiac cycle. So cardiac cycle constitutes, one is the diastole and another is the systole. So systoles are of two types, one is the atricular systole, atricular, and another is the ventricular systole, okay. Even I explain here our conduction system of our heart from sinoatrial node to the atrioventricular node, and from atrioventricular node to the branches of His, okay, or His branch or bundle of His. What are these bundle of His? Bundle of His are nothing but the nerves. This is the bundle of nerves and muscles, okay, which separate two ventricles. This bundle of His separates two ventricles, or it passes through the septum of this ventricular septum, okay, separates two ventricles, okay. So this is about our cardiac cycle, then our conduction system, okay. We will see next our conduction system, okay. So conducting system of the heart, it includes different parts, okay. First is the sinoatrial node, which is present at the superior vena cava opening of the nearby the opening of superior vena cava. Then atrioventricular node, where it is present at the atrioventricular septum, okay, or apex of the atrioventricles, okay. So here the atrioventricular node is present. Then bundle of His, or this is the bundle of nerves and muscles, okay. These are the cardiac nerves and muscles. This bundle separates these two ventricles. This is the left ventricle and this is the right ventricle, okay. These two ventricles are separated by the septum, we call it as the ventricular septum, and through this ventricular system the bundle of His, or the bundle of muscles and nerves, passes. This bundle of muscles and nerves again divided into two parts, that is right and left, okay, and the right side part is called as the right Purkinje fibers and the left ventricular Purkinje fibers, okay. So this is our conducting system of heart, okay. This is our conducting system of heart, okay. So we done with our conducting system of the heart. Then we will proceed next in that. So how our conducting system of heart works, I will tell you again, so that everyone will be clear with the concepts, okay, or that system. In that, this conducting system, when our atriums get filled, this our atrium get filled, right atrium, this is the right atrium, right atrium, this is the left atrium. So when this right atrium gets filled with the deoxygenated blood carried by the these two superior vena cava, okay, so at that time this sinoatrial node generates the impulse, okay, and these impulses are then transferred to the atrioventricular node, okay. Just 1 minute, I will erase all these so that everyone will understand, okay. So here this sinoatrial nodes generates impulse, okay, it generates impulse, and these impulse then transfer to the atrioventricular node, okay, and this atrioventricular node passes these impulses to the Purkinje fibers through which bundle? This is the bundle of His. Through the bundle of His, this passes these impulses to the Purkinje fibers or ventricular fibers, okay, and after once this myocardium or the ventricular fibers, ventricular membranes get this impulse, they goes under the contraction, okay, so these muscles get contracted, okay, and they go under the systole or ventricular systole, okay, ventricular systole, they go under ventricular systole. After that our blood is pumped into, from this left ventricle it is pumped into the aorta through the aortal opening, and this from this right ventricle our deoxygenated blood into pumped into the pulmonary artery, and this blood is then transferred to the our lungs for oxygenation, okay. So this is whole about our conducting system and our cardiac cycle, okay. So we will proceed to the next topic of is the properties of our cardiac muscle. So what are the properties of our cardiac muscle? So we will take one by one. First is the contractibility. First property of our cardiac muscle is the contractibility, okay. First is the contractibility, okay, or contractility. Because of this property only our heart is able to pump blood to our different parts, right, okay, because of property of contractibility. So by the contraction of cardiac muscles the heart pumps blood out of our muscles, okay, or out of its chambers. Then second property is the conductivity. So what is conductivity? The impulses of the cardiac contraction are conveyed through a specialized conduction system. We seen that from atrioventricular nodes to sinoatrial nodes to atrioventricular nodes to Purkinje fibers, okay, and this system was our conducting system, and this property of carrying the impulse or electric impulse from this atrioventricular node to the Purkinje fibers is called as the conductivity. Then third is the rhythmicity. Third is the rhythmicity. What is rhythmicity? Our heart muscles has this property as an inherent property of our heart muscles, that is rhythmic contraction, okay, and the cardiac contractions occurs in a regular fashion, and these two atria and ventricles contract alternatively, and we call it as the atriocular systole and the ventricular systole, okay. So this is about the rhythmicity. Then fourth is the रिफ्रैक्टरी पीरियड. अब रिफ्रैक्टरी पीरियड क्या होता है? जब हमारा हार्ट अंडर सिस्टोल होता है उस टाइम पे अगर कोई भी बाहर का स्टिमुलेशन आया तो उस स्टिमुलेशन को रिएक्ट नहीं होता. क्यों? क्योंकि at that time our heart is under the systole, okay, at that time our heart is pumping the blood from our heart to our different body parts, right? So this is called as the refractory period. So during systole the heart does not respond to any other stimuli however strong it may be, okay, and this is called as the refractory period, okay. So now we will proceed to our different sounds produced by our heart during the cardiac cycle, okay. So we will see the different sounds or heart sounds, okay. Heart sounds, just 1 minute, okay. So we will see the heart sounds. Heart sounds. So there are total 4 types of heart sounds produced by our heart, okay. The first sound is called as the lub, okay, L-U-B, lub. Second sound is called as the dub, okay, and the third and fourth sound which are not heard, okay, we can hear only first and second sound. but this third and fourth sound will not be heard, or we are not able to hear. Okay, so this sound won't be heard. It is not possible to hear these sounds, but these lub sound and dub sounds are heard. Okay, so we will see about the lub. Okay, that is the first sound. So this sound is produced by the closure of atrioventricular valves. Okay, when it is produced at the time of closure of atrioventricular valves. Okay, atrioventricular valves, it means that it is produced at the time of our ventricular systoles. Okay, when this dub sound is produced at the time of closure of semilunar valves. Okay, closure of semilunar valves. Okay, so it is produced, and what is the type of this sound? The second sound is of the shrill and short duration. Okay, this sound is shrill sound and it is for very short duration. Okay, it is for very short duration, but the first sound is for the long duration. This is long lasting and loud sound. Okay, so first sound is the loud and it is for long duration. Okay, so this is about the 4 types of sounds produced by our heart. Then we will go to the next, that is the pulse. Okay, what is pulse? Pulse क्या होता है? Pulse is nothing but a pressure difference felt by our arteries or our blood vessels. We call it as the pulse. Okay, so pulse is throbbing sensation. These are the throbbing sensations felt over the walls of arteries. Okay, felt over the walls of arteries. जो भी हमारे आर्टरीज है और जो ब्लड वेसल्स है जो कि हमारे ऑक्सीजनेटेड ब्लड कैरी करते हैं, उसमें जो भी प्रेशर डिफरेंस आता है, प्रेशर डिफरेंस की वजह से जो भी हमारे आर्टरीज पे प्रेशर का जो बदलाव आता है और जो प्रेशर की वजह से जो भी उसका इलास्टिसिटी बढ़ जाती है, कम होती है, उसे हम पल्स कहते हैं. ओके, सो अनदर डेफिनेशन ऑफ द पल्स इज द pressure difference transmitted in the form of wave over the arterial walls. We call it as the pulse. Okay, so the main definition of the pulse is the, just keep it in mind, they may ask you for exam. Okay, so I will change the pen, just 1 minute. So it is defined as the pressure difference transmitted in the form of waves. Okay, transmitted in the form of waves. Okay, over the arterial walls. Okay, so where our pulse is measured, it is measured at our wrist, right? Pulse is measured at our wrist. Why? Because at the wrist the arteries, the position of artery is the superficial, it is present on the upper side. Okay, and this pulse measurement we call it as the pulse measured at our wrist is called as the radial pulse. Okay, this pulse is called as the radial pulse. Okay, so next we will proceed to our next part. Then we will proceed to the electrocardiogram. What is electrocardiogram? Okay, so what is the electrocardiogram? Electrocardiogram is nothing but the recording of electrical activity of the heart. We seen that our heart generates electric impulses. Okay, electric impulses is nothing but our electrical current, like a electric current. Okay, so that electric current produced by the heart is measured by one of the graph. Okay, or one of the gram, we call it as the electrocardiogram, and the instrument used for measurement of the electrocardiogram is the electrocardiograph. Okay, electrocardiograph is used for the measurement of our electrocardiogram. Okay, just keep it in mind, this also, electrocardiogram. Okay, so next, the heart current can be recorded by connecting. How it is recorded? It is recorded by connecting two parts of the body with this instrument. Okay, and these parts which are connected to each other are called as the leads. Okay, we know that we measure our electrocardiograph is the ECG. Okay, ECG, now everyone will be we'll get the what is the ECG. Okay, so this electrocardiogram is measured by connecting two parts, any two parts of the body. Okay, and these two parts are called as the leads. And which parts are connected at the same time? In case if our right arm is connected with our left arm. Okay, so our both of the arm can be connected for measuring the electrocardiogram. Then second is the right arm and left egg, right arm and left egg. Then third can be the our left arm and right leg. Okay, left arm and right leg. So these parts are connected while measuring our electrocardiogram. Okay, so how this electrocardiogram is measured, we will see the graph. Okay, when which graph or which wave generates at the time of systole, at the time of diastole, we will see it. Okay, so first for that we will go to the diagram. Okay, so this is the diagram of our electrocardiogram. Okay, so this is electrocardiogram. Okay, so in this sometimes the connections over the chest with indifferent electrodes are also sometimes used. Okay, for the measurement of the electrocardiogram. And this electrocardiogram recordings are designated by which letters? P letter, then Q, R, S and T. These four letters are used to designate the electrocardiograms. The first we will see the wave P. This is the wave P, right? This one is the wave P. When this wave is generated, it is generated at the time of contraction of our atria. Okay, or systole, atricular systole. Okay, you can say the atricular systole. So at the time of contraction of atria, the blood is poured into ventricles, right? So at the time of this contraction or the pouring of blood into the ventricle from atria, this wave is generated, this electrical current is generated, we call it as the P wave, which is measured on our electrocardiogram. Okay, then next is the wave QRS. Okay, this wave, this QRS. Okay, so this is the very bigger wave. So it's obvious that this wave is generated at the contraction of ventricles or ventricular systole, okay, or contraction of ventricles. Okay, then wave T is produced at the time of relaxation of our ventricles. Okay, relaxation of ventricles means at the time of diastole of ventricles or whole ventricles. Okay, at the time of diastole, this T wave is generated. Okay, so everyone is clear with this. In the electrocardiogram, our different waves are designated by the four different letters P, Q, R, S and T. Okay, so the first P wave is produced or generated during the atriocular systole, right, or contraction of atria. Then second is the QRS wave is produced during the ventricular systole or contraction of ventricles, and this T wave is produced at the time of diastole. Okay, so this is about our electrocardiogram. Okay, then we will go to the next, what is cardiac output. अब हम different concepts देख लेते हैं. उसमें first is the cardiac output. Okay, so first concept we will see is the cardiac output. Okay, cardiac output. अब cardiac output क्या होता है? Suppose output is nothing but हमारी productivity, not a productivity, इट्स आपने एक मिनट में कितना काम किया, हम उसे क्या बोलते हैं? आउटपुट. ओके, अगर आपने 1 मिनट इन्वेस्ट किया है तो उसमें आपने कितना काम किया, और 1 डे में कितना काम किया, उसे हम बोलते हैं आउटपुट. तो कार्डियक आउटपुट का मतलब क्या होता है? क्वांटिटी ऑफ ब्लड पंप्ड बाय द हार्ट इन 1 मिनट. ओके, सो कार्डियक आउटपुट इज ए क्वांटिटी ऑफ ब्लड पंप्ड बाय द हार्ट इन 1 मिनट. 1 मिनट में हमारा हार्ट इन 1 मिनट. ओके, सो 1 मिनट में हमारे हार्ट से कितना ब्लड पंप होता है उसे हम बोलते हैं कार्डियक आउटपुट. ओके, सो व्हाट इज इट? इट इज अबाउट 70 ml per second. Okay, this is the 70 ml per second. So it means that in 1 minute around 5 liters of blood is pumped out of our heart. Okay, can you imagine that 5 liters of blood is pumped out of our heart in 1 minute. Okay, so then so on which factors this cardiac output is depend on? So this cardiac output is mainly depend on three factors. Okay, first is the amount of blood return to the heart through the veins. Okay, हमारे बॉडी से कितना ब्लड हमें हार्ट को फिर से मिल रहा है. सो अमाउंट ऑफ ब्लड रिटर्न टू द हार्ट. ओके, देन सेकंड फैक्टर इज द फोर्स एंड रेट ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द हार्ट. कितने फोर्स से एंड रेट से जो हमारा हार्ट है वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है, और वेंट्रिकुलर सिस्टोल कितने फोर्स से और रेट से होता है, उसे हम बोलते हैं फोर्स एंड रेट ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ द हार्ट. देन थर्ड फैक्टर इज द पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड बाय द ब्लड वेसल्स. Peripheral resistance offered by the blood vessels. Okay, so what is mean by the peripheral resistance offered by the blood vessels? जो भी हमारे blood vessels है, वो जो भी हमारा blood पास हो रहा है, जो भी हमारा blood flow हो रहा है, वो फ्लड जो हो रहा है उसे अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में कितना फोर्स लगा रहे हैं हमारे वेसल्स, उसे हम कहते हैं पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड बाय आवर ब्लड वेसल्स. ओके, सो वी विल गो नेक्स्ट टू आवर ब्लड प्रेशर. ओके, सो वी आर डन विद द कार्डियक आउटपुट. So this cardiac output is again, it is nothing but the product of stroke volume. Okay, in that we actually I was not able to cover the stroke volume. Oh, so what is the stroke volume? Okay, so stroke volume, the next concept is the stroke volume. So what is stroke volume? It is a amount of blood ejected per beat of the heart. Okay, amount of blood इजेक्टेड पर बीट. पर बीट मतलब 0.8 सेकंड. 0.8 सेकंड में कितना ब्लड इजेक्ट कर रहा है हमारा हार्ट, उसे हम बोलते हैं स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम. ओके, और वही होता है हमारा कार्डियक आउटपुट. ओके, सो हो गया. सो जो हमारा कार्डियक आउटपुट है, वी कैन से दैट इट इज नथिंग बट ए प्रोडक्ट ऑफ स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम एंड आवर हार्ट रेट. ओके, ये दोनों का प्रोडक्ट होता है कार्डियक आउटपुट. स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम का मतलब समझ में आया? एक बीट में कितना ब्लड पंप हो रहा है उसे बोलते हैं स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम. देन कार्डियक आउटपुट का मतलब क्या है कि पूरे एक मिनट में कितना ब्लड पंप हो रहा है हमारे हार्ट से, उसे हम बोलते हैं कार्डियक आउटपुट. सो कार्डियक आउटपुट इज नथिंग बट द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम एंड हार्ट रेट. ओके, सो वंस द स्ट्रोक वॉल्यूम इंक्रीजेस, it also increase the systolic blood pressure, right? Because in one beat there is the systolic blood pressure. But if the cardiac output increases, it increases both systolic and diastolic pressure. Okay, so everyone is clear with the cardiac output and related concepts. Then we will go to the next is the topic of our blood pressure. So it's important, blood pressure. Okay, this is the topic of blood pressure. Okay, in that first we will see what is blood pressure. So blood pressure is nothing but lateral pressure exerted by blood on our blood vessels. Okay, जो भी हमारे blood vessels से जो blood जा रहा है, वो हमारे जो blood vessels पे जो भी प्रेशर डाल रहा है उसे हम क्या करेंगे? ब्लड प्रेशर. ओके, और इसके पहले जो हमने क्या बोला था, जो हमारे ब्लड वेसल्स है जो ब्लड पे प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं उसे बोलते हैं हम पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड बाय द ब्लड वेसल्स. ओके, एंड द lateral pressure offered by the blood on our blood vessels is called as the blood pressure. Okay, so I am giving the definition. The lateral pressure offered by blood, okay, on our blood vessels is called as the blood pressure. Okay, right? So we will see that there are two types of blood pressures here also. One is the systolic blood pressure, another is the diastolic blood pressure, right? So in that systolic blood pressure, we know that when the systole happens, it is happening when our blood pumps the blood out of the heart into our lungs and to our different body parts. Okay, so the ventricular systole and the atricular systole, at that time our blood pressure is the higher. Okay, so the systolic blood pressure is maximum, systolic blood pressure is maximum and it is around 100 to 120 millimeter mercury. Okay, millimeter of mercury, which is measured in the mmHg. We call it as the millimeter of mercury. So systolic blood pressure is the maximum blood pressure, which is around ranges between 100 to 120 of millimeter of mercury. Then what is the diastolic blood pressure? So diastolic blood pressure, it is a minimum blood pressure and it occurs during the diastole of the heart. Okay, so it is a minimum and it occurs at diastole. Okay, so it is ranging between the 60 to 80 mmHg. mmHg मतलब millimeter of mercury. Okay, देन व्हाट इज द पल्स प्रेशर. ओके, अब पल्स प्रेशर क्या होता है? हमने तो पल्स रेट देख लिया. क्या था पल्स रेट? क्या था? जो भी हमारे ब्लड वेसल्स है, ओके, जो ब्लड वेसल्स में जो भी डिफरेंस आता है प्रेशर का, डिफरेंस की वजह से जो हमारे ब्लड वेसल्स पल्स करते हैं उसे हम बोलते हैं पल्स प्रेशर. ओके, सो पल्स प्रेशर इज नथिंग बट डिफरेंस बिटवीन द सिस्टोलिक एंड डायस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर. ओके, सो पल्स प्रेशर इज द difference between systolic and diastolic blood pressure. Okay, systolic and diastolic blood pressure we call it as the pulse pressure. So pulse pressure का मतलब समझ में आया? जो भी हमारा सिस्टोलिक ब्लड प्रेशर होता है 100 to 100 मिलीमीटर मर्क्यूरी एंड डायस्टोलिक होता है 60 to 80 मिलीमीटर मर्क्यूरी. इन दोनों के बीच की वजह से जो हमारे पल्स और जो हमारे वेसल्स है उसमें जो प्रेशर डिफरेंस हमें फील होता है उसे हम बोलते हैं पल्स प्रेशर. ओके, so factors affecting blood pressure. What are the factors affecting blood pressure? We will see it here. Factors affecting blood pressure. Okay, factors affecting blood pressure कौन कौन से देखते हैं अब हम. so पहला फैक्टर है ब्लड वॉल्यूम. ओके, ब्लड का जो वॉल्यूम है वो सफिशिएंट अमाउंट ऑफ ब्लड वॉल्यूम होना चाहिए. दूसरा हो सकता है कार्डियक आउटपुट. कार्डियक आउटपुट का हमने देखा था 1 मिनट में हमारा हार्ट कितना ब्लड पंप करता है उसे हम बोलते हैं कार्डियक आउटपुट. तीसरा होता है पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस. पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस का मतलब क्या? जो भी हमारे वेसल्स है, जो हमारे ब्लड फ्लो हो रहा है उसके ऊपर जो भी रेजिस्टेंस और जो भी प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं उसकी वजह से हमारा ब्लड फ्लो कम हो रहा है, रिड्यूस हो रहा है, उसे हम बोलते हैं पेरिफेरल रेजिस्टेंस. देन फोर्थ इज द इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ ब्लड वेसल्स. ओके, इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ ब्लड वेसल्स, इलास्टिसिटी ऑफ द blood vessels. Okay, then fifth one is the diameter of lumen of the blood vessels and sixth is the viscosity of blood. This is very important for blood pressure. Viscosity of our blood. Viscosity means our thickness of our blood. Okay, and this thickness depends on platelets, then our RBCs present in the blood. Okay, on this and even our plasma also, on these factors the viscosity of our blood is depends. Okay, then we will see next the what is blood volume. Okay, yeah, we see the factors affecting the blood pressure. Then we will see what is blood volume. Okay, so blood volume का मतलब क्या होता है? total volume of blood or total amount of blood in a circulation is called as the blood volume. Okay, so this is the total amount of blood in circulation is called as the blood volume. Okay, so for our normal blood pressure we require the sufficient amount of the blood, right, in our vessels. Okay, so when it affects our blood volume during the hemorrhage or when we go under the wound or we get any wound and because of that our blood loss happens, right, or bleeding does, at that time our blood loss occurs and at that time our blood pressure gets affected. Okay, so in this condition how the blood volume affects our body or our blood pressure we seen that. Then next is the cardiac output. We seen that what is meant by cardiac output. Third is the peripheral resistance. Okay, peripheral resistance. So in that peripheral resistance it is the resistance offered by blood vessels for the flow of the blood. जो भी blood vessels में flow हो रहा है उस पे जो resistance blood vessels offer कर रहे हैं और जो डाल रहे हैं उसे हम बोलते हैं peripheral resistance. Okay, so उसमें क्या होता है, रेजिस्टेंस कहाँ पे हमें ज़्यादा लगता है? इन स्मॉल ब्लड वेसल्स, स्पेशली आर्टेरियोल्स. आर्टेरियोल्स आर नथिंग बट द आवर ब्लड कैपिलरीज. जो भी हमारे आर्टरी का लास्ट पार्ट है हमने कल देखा था उसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? ब्लड कैपिलरीज. ओके, और ब्लड आर्टेरियोल्स. देन फोर्थ इज द इलास्टिसिटी. सो इलास्टिसिटी का मतलब क्या होता है? स्ट्रेचेबिलिटी. ओके, जो भी हमारी वेसल्स है उसका जो स्ट्रेचेबिलिटी है उसे हम इलास्टिसिटी कहते हैं. So how elasticity affects our blood pressure? So the arterial walls distance the aorta when the ventricle contracts, right? जब हमारे ventricles contract हो जाते हैं, मतलब जो हमारे नीचे के जो राइट एंड लेफ्ट वेंट्रिकल से जब वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएंगे उस टाइम पे जो हमारा aorta होता है. ओके, so when these two ventricles, right, these two ventricles contract, right? Contract means these muscles comes together, contracts, the our aorta gets stretched. Why? Because the pressure from the in underside increases, and because of that the length of aorta gets increased. Okay, and we call this as the elasticity of the arteries. Okay, if these arteries are not elastic, then our blood pressure is also can be decreased or it get affected. So the elasticity of vessels or our arterial vessels affects our blood pressure. Then viscosity of blood pressure, blood viscosity का मतलब क्या होता है? thickness और stickiness of our blood. Okay, viscosity is the thickness or stickiness of our blood. Okay, so in that, and the viscosity depends on, I told you that this, it depends on, one is plasma, another is RBC, then plasma proteins, it also depends on plasma proteins. Okay, once the viscosity of blood increases, our blood pressure increases. Okay, so these are the 5 factors on which our blood pressure depend, or these 5 factors affects our blood pressure. Then we will go to the measurement of blood pressure. Next topic is the measurement of blood pressure. Measurement of blood pressure. Okay, in that our blood pressure is measured through one instrument, is called as the sphygmomanometer. We call it as the sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. Okay, I will show you the actual sphygmomanometer here. So this is the sphygmomanometer. Okay, we will see the different parts. They will take this sphygmomanometer for your practical also. At that time they will show you the different parts of this sphygmomanometer, and they will ask you to identify and give the use of different parts of this sphygmomanometer. Okay, so this part is called as the sphygmomanometer of, this part of the sphygmomanometer is called as the mercury manometer. We call this as the mercury manometer. Okay, then this part is called as the bulb. Okay, pressure control, sorry, bulb. Okay, this part is the bulb. Then this part is called as the pressure control valve. Okay, this part is called as the pressure control valve. Just keep it in mind, all these parts. This is the tube of sphygmomanometer. Okay, and this part is the very important, is the which is made by the clothes. Okay, this is the pressure cuff. Okay, we call it as the pressure cuff. So these are the different parts of our sphygmomanometer, the instrument which is used for the measuring our blood pressure. Okay, then we will see the next how our blood pressure is measured. Okay, our blood pressure is measured. In that, what they do, this pressure cuff is attached to our back arm, right? And they, after attaching it or after wrapping it on our back arm, what the doctors do, or the whatever the health professionals are, what they do, this bulb is pressed. Once this bulb is pressed, the pressure in this, air pressure in this pressure cuff increase above our normal pressure. Okay, जो भी हमारे बॉडी का जो नॉर्मल ब्लड प्रेशर होता है 120/80 mmHg, इससे भी वो ज़्यादा हो जाता है. जब वो ज़्यादा हो जाता है, उसके बाद वो क्या करते हैं, वो प्रेशर रिलीज़ करना स्टार्ट करते हैं, धीरे धीरे प्रेशर रिलीज़ करना स्टार्ट करते हैं. और जब इस प्रेशर हमारे बॉडी का जो सिस्टोलिक प्रेशर है 120 के वहाँ पे जब आएगा धीरे धीरे कम करके, तो उस टाइम पे क्या होता है, एक साउंड हर्ड किया जाता है. ओके, और जो वो साउंड होता है वो कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट से उसे डॉक्टर्स को जो यूज़ करते हैं वो साउंड सुनने के लिए, उसे कहते हैं हम स्टेथोस्कोप. ओके, सो स्टेथोस्कोप से उनको एक साउंड हर्ड किया जाता है, तो उससे हमें चलता है कि हमारा सिस्टोलिक प्रेशर कितना है, मतलब जो 120 जो रहता है हमारा सिस्टोलिक प्रेशर वो कितना है. उसके बाद जो सेकंड साउंड है, जो फर्स्ट साउंड है उसे हम क्या बोलते हैं, लब. देन उसके बाद जो सेकंड साउंड है, एट दैट टाइम इन द फर्स्ट when the doctor hears first sound, they note down the first reading or the first pressure of the systolic pressure of our blood. Then this hand pump is again slowly released until the time sound becomes louder and louder. The first sound is not that much louder, but the second sound is louder, and after some time this sound stops. So when this sound stops, the reading of that time of the mercury manometer is recorded, and we call it as our diastolic blood pressure. Okay, so in this way our blood pressure is measured through the sphygmomanometer. Even they use the stethoscope to hear the two sounds, one is the systolic and another is the diastolic. Okay, so we done all about our cardiovascular system. Now we will see the cardiovascular disorders. What are the cardiovascular disorders? Okay, cardiovascular disorders. What are the cardiovascular disorders? We will see about it. First is the cardiac failure. First is the disorders of heart. हार्ट के कौन कौन से कार्डियो डिसऑर्डर्स है? एक है कार्डियक फेल्यूर. कार्डियक फेल्यूर मतलब हमारा हार्ट फेल्यूर, कार्डियक फेल्यूर. सो ये कब होता है? जब हमारा जो मायोकार्डियम है वेंट्रिकल का इज अनेबल टू मेंटेन द सफिशिएंट सर्कुलेशन ऑफ ब्लड टू मीट द नीड्स ऑफ द बॉडी. जो भी हमारे बॉडी के नीड्स है, ब्लड की जो नीड्स है, अगर वो जो हमारे हर एक पार्ट को जितना ब्लड चाहिए अगर उतना ब्लड प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पाया, क्या कौन सा पार्ट? मायोकार्डियम ऑफ द वेंट्रिकल. इफ इट इज नॉट एबल टू maintain or transfer the required blood to our body parts, at that time the condition happens, and this condition is called as the cardiac failure. Okay, so this cardiac failure is again two types. Okay, one is the acute cardiac failure. Okay, one is the acute cardiac failure. CA is nothing but the cardiac failure. Then another is the chronic cardiac failure. अब acute cardiac failure क्या होता है? failure क्या होता है? if it is happens suddenly. okay, अगर ये सडनली हो जाता है, सडनली हमारा ब्लड प्रेशर पूरा कम होता है, हमारे बॉडी को ब्लड नहीं मिलता है डिफरेंट बॉडी पार्ट्स को, तो उसे हम बोलते हैं एक्यूट. तो इस कंडीशन में हमारे डेथ होने के भी चांसेस होते हैं. क्रोनिक कार्डियक फेल्यूर का क्या मतलब होता है? ग्रेजुअली, मतलब धीरे 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 हमारा ब्लड प्रेशर कम होता है. ओके, सो इट्स ऑनसेट इज ग्रेजुअल, हेंस वी कॉल इट एज द क्रोनिक. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट cardiovascular हार्ट डिसऑर्डर इज द स्टेनोसिस ऑफ वॉल्स. ओके, स्टेनोसिस ऑफ वॉल्स, स्टेनोसिस ऑफ वॉल्स. अब स्टेनोसिस का वॉल्स का मतलब क्या होता है? जो भी हमारे वॉल्स है वो अगर नैरो हो गए, ओके, जो भी उसका ओपनिंग है वो अगर नैरो हो गया, कम हो गया, तो उसकी वजह से जो कंडीशन हो जाएगी उसे हम बोलते हैं स्टेनोसिस ऑफ द वॉल्स. ओके, सो स्टेनोसिस ऑफ वॉल्स इज नथिंग बट द नैरोइंग ऑफ वॉल्स. ओके, तो ये कब हो सकता है? when these walls stick together and narrow the valvular opening. जो भी walls का opening है वो अगर narrow हो गया, and when they stick together, at that time this failure or this disorder happens, we call it as the stenosis of the walls. Then third is the incompetence of walls. Okay, third is the incompetence of walls. Incompetence of the walls. So incompetence of walls, it is a functional defect caused by the failure of the wall to close completely. अगर जो हमारा walls है अगर completely close हो गए, okay, if our walls get completely closed, we call it as the incompetence of walls. Okay, so this allows blood to flow back to the ventricle when it relaxes. Okay, जो भी हमारे walls है वो अगर completely close नहीं हुए, okay, और if they are not able to close completely, sorry, I have to write here, unable to close completely, unable to get completely closed, at that time we call the disorder called as the incompetence of walls. अगर ये पूरे completely close नहीं हुए ventricular systole के बाद, तो जो भी blood है वो blood फिर से ventricles में आएगा. okay, so the blood might flow back into the ventricles when the ventricles relaxes. okay, so this is the incompetence of walls. Then third is the cardiac arrhythmia. Sorry, fourth is the cardiac arrhythmia. Cardiac arrhythmia. So what is the cardiac arrhythmia? So it is a disorder in cardiac rate and rhythm. जो भी हमारा cardiac rate है, heart rate है, जो हमारा heart rhythm है, मतलब जो भी हमारी cardiac cycle है, अगर उसमें कोई defect हो गया, अगर cardiac rate जो है, हमारा जो heart rate है, heart rate कितना है हमारा? नॉर्मली 72 बीट्स पर मिनट होता है. ओके, अगर वो चेंज हो गया, ओके, और अनदर डिफेक्ट माइट बी इन इम्पल्स फॉर्मेशन. अगर जो हमारे नोड्स थे, टू टाइप्स ऑफ नोड्स, अगर उन्होंने इम्पल्स ही जनरेट नहीं किया और उन्होंने जो मैसेज था वो अगर मैसेज ही नहीं पहुंचाया हमारे वेंट्रिकल्स को, तो उस टाइम पे हमारे वेंट्रिकल्स विल नॉट गो अंडर द सिस्टोल. राइट, इफ दे विल नॉट गो अंडर द सिस्टोल, आवर कार्डियक साइकिल विल चेंज. ओके, and once the cardiac cycle will change, our rhythm of the heart will change. Okay, and the condition happening after this change in rhythmic conditions of our cardiac or heart rate, we call the disorder as the cardiac arrhythmia. Then we will go to the next to disorders of our blood vessels. Okay, so for that just then next is the disorders of blood vessels. Okay, disorders of blood vessels. disorders of our blood vessels. The blood vessels are of mainly two types, veins and arteries. Veins which carry deoxygenated blood to our heart, right, and arteries carry oxygenated blood from our heart to different body parts. Okay, so in that first we will see the disorders of arteries. Disorders of arteries. In that first disorder is the arteriosclerosis. Okay, arteriosclerosis. What is meant by the arteriosclerosis? Arteriosclerosis is the thickening and inelasticity of the arteries. Okay, if our arteries get thickened, okay, thickening and inelasticity of arteries, and it gets inelastic. Inelastic means whatever the stretchability they have, the property of stretchability get reduced and they become so hard, and at that time the condition happens. We call this condition as the arteriosclerosis. Another is the atherosclerosis. Okay, another is the atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis का मतलब क्या होता है? It is a thickening of arterial walls due to the deposition of fat. If the fat is deposited in on our arteries, and because of this deposition of fat our arteries get thickened. Okay, and this condition will be called as the arteriosclerosis. So thickening of arteries due to deposition of fats. Thickening due to deposition of fats. Deposition of fats is called as the atherosclerosis. Then third is the एम्बोलस. एम्बोलस का मतलब क्या होता है? अगर हमारे ब्लड का कोई क्लॉट हमारे ब्लड सर्कुलेशन में गया एंड व्हेन इट गोज इनटू आवर स्मॉल वेसल्स, ओके, और ब्लड कैपिलरीज, it gets stuck there, and if it impacts our blood capillaries or small vessels we call it as the embolus. Okay, so the clot in circulation when impacts small vessels, okay, impacts small blood capillaries or small blood vessels, we call this condition as the embolus. After that embolus there is one condition, thrombus. Okay, अब थ्रोम्बस का मतलब क्या होता है? If such a clot impacts our bigger blood vessels or arteries, we call it as the thrombus. Okay, so when clot obstructing the blood vessels at the point where it is actually from, and wherever it is from, it will not go into the circulation. Okay, it will not circulate with our blood. Wherever it is forming, it will stuck there and it will obstruct the blood vessels. We call this condition as the thrombus. So thrombus is the condition where the clot obstructing blood vessels at the point of origin, you can say at the point of origin. At the point of origin of what? Origin of clot is called as the thrombus. Okay, and this disorder is called as the thrombus. Then we will see the disorders of the veins. Disorders of veins. Out of that, first is the phlebitis. First is the phlebitis. Okay, in that phlebitis, what is the phlebitis? Phlebitis is nothing but the infection of walls or infection of the vein walls due to inflammation or injury. Okay, so phlebitis is the infection of the vein wall or wall of the vein wall due to inflammation. अगर कहीं पे inflammation हो गया और swelling हो गया हमारे वेन के ऊपर, और उसकी वजह से अगर वेन के वॉल में इन्फ्लेशन हो गया और इन्फेक्शन हो गया तो हम उसे बोलेंगे phlebitis. ओके, देन नेक्स्ट इज द नेक्स्ट डिसऑर्डर इज वेनस थ्रोम्बोसिस. अब वेनस थ्रोम्बोसिस क्या होता है? इट इज अ ब्लड क्लॉट ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिंग अ वेन. वेनस थ्रोम्बोसिस. ओके, वेनस थ्रोम्बोसिस क्या होता है? ब्लड क्लॉट ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिंग वेन is called as the venous thrombosis. Then next is the thrombophlebitis. Fourth disorder of the veins is the thrombophlebitis. Okay, so thrombophlebitis क्या होता है? It is an inflammation of vein complicated by an obstructing clot. अगर किसी क्लॉट की वजह से हमारी वेन अगर इन्फ्लेट हो जाती है और इन्फ्लेमेशन हो जाता है तो उसे हम बोलते हैं thrombophlebitis. अब हम देखते हैं डिसऑर्डर्स ऑफ आवर ब्लड प्रेशर. व्हाट आर द डिसऑर्डर्स ऑफ आवर ब्लड प्रेशर? There are two types of disorders mainly. One is the hypertension and other is the hypotension. So disorders of blood pressure. So first is the hypertension. What is mean by the hypertension? Hypertension is the condition where the blood pressure is go beyond the normal pressure, okay, or normal range of the pressure. When our BP means blood pressure, goes beyond or increases beyond our normal blood pressure, okay, beyond our normal blood pressure. Normal blood pressure. What is our normal blood pressure? It is around 120 by 80. 120 is the systolic and 80 is the diastolic millimeter of mercury, okay. So this our blood pressure varies according to the age groups, okay. So at the age of, I will give the range, at the when we are at the age of 45, the our range of our blood pressure might be around 150 by 90. When we become again old age, you can think at the age of 60, this blood pressure can increase up to 160 by 100, okay. So the difference between this systolic and diastolic blood pressure is around 40 to 50, okay. If this difference goes beyond this 40 to 50, then the blood pressure condition will be the severe and that disease will be the severe, okay. So if the diastolic pressure goes beyond 130, okay, this diastolic pressure, if it goes beyond 130, a very severe degree of hypertension happens in our body, okay. So hypertension produces different complications in our body. What are these complications or changes in? So first will be the, because of hypertensions, or what are the symptoms of hypertension, okay. So it produces different complications in our body. The first can be the changes in artery, okay. It can change even the thickness of our artery also. Changes in artery. So changes in artery, we can say that the cerebral hemorrhage. Cerebral hemorrhage is nothing but the bleeding in our brain, okay, cerebral hemorrhage. Then second can be the changes in eyes, or we can say the retinal hemorrhage. हमारे eyes में भी bleeding हो सकता है. So retinal hemorrhage, okay. Then third can be the our kidney affecting the renal function, or it may affect the function of our kidneys or renal functions, okay. The hypertension mainly affects or produces three main complications. These are changes in artery, we call it as the cerebral hemorrhage. This is the example of changes in artery. Then retinal hemorrhage or the renal malfunction, okay. Then the hypotension. What is hypotension? When our blood pressure is below normal, we call it as the hypotension, right? So low blood pressure, which can be a physiological in health, okay. So when we are in our rest, okay, when we are going to take rest, at that time also our blood pressure goes below normal, okay. So during rest and in elderly people also. So mostly it occurs as a complication of other diseases. So hypotension occurs because of, it is a symptom of other different diseases. What can be the diseases? It can be an electrical shock or any other shock. Then it can be a myocardial infarction or myocardial malfunction, you can say. Myocardium if not functioning properly. Then it can be a hemorrhage, that is bleeding. If the bleeding is happening more and more and our blood goes outside our body, so at that time the proper supply of blood will not be, or the sufficient amount of blood will not be provided to our heart, right? So at that time what happens? Our blood pressure decreases, okay. So we are done with this, our whole blood topic, our cardiovascular system and different parts and different topics of our blood, okay. So we are going to stop here today. Tomorrow we will start with our next chapter, okay. So we will meet tomorrow at 8:30. Thank you so much for today.